Cop pulls over a driver, then sees a tattoo that reveals who he just messed with. The sun bled orange over the empty stretch of Highway 17, a ribbon of asphalt cutting through the Georgia pines. Marcus Tate gripped the wheel of his old Chevy, the hum of the engine steady against the quiet of dusk. At 34, Marcus had seen enough to know a routine drive could turn sour fast. His skin, dark as the coming night, often drew eyes that lingered too long, eyes like those of Officer Daniel Hargrove, who now flashed his cruiser's lights in Marcus's rearview. Marcus exhaled, pulling over to the gravel shoulder. His heart thudded, but his hands stayed calm, resting at 10 and 2. He'd been here before. Tail light out, maybe, or nothing at all. Just another random check. He lowered the window as Hargrove approached, boots crunching, his silhouette broad and unyielding. "Evening, sir," Hargrove said, voice flat, eyes scanning Marcus like a machine. "License and registration." Marcus moved slowly, deliberate, handing over the documents. "What's the stop for, officer?" Hargrove didn't answer, his gaze flicking to Marcus's arm, bare in the warm September air. A tattoo peeked from under his sleeve, a black eagle clutching a shield. The ink faded but distinct. Hargrove's brow twitched. "Step out of the vehicle." Marcus froze. The command was sharp, edged with something heavier than routine. He complied, stepping onto the gravel, hands raised. Hargrove's partner, Officer Riley Carter, a lanky rookie in his 20s, lingered by the cruiser, his face unreadable. The air grew thick, charged, as Hargrove circled Marcus like a wolf. "Hands on the hood," Hargrove snapped. Marcus obeyed, his jaw tight. "This necessary?" Hargrove leaned in, squinting at the tattoo. "That ink. Where'd you get it?" Marcus's pulse raced. The tattoo wasn't just art, it was a mark of honor. 10 years ago, Marcus had served in the Marines, pulling men from a burning convoy in Afghanistan. The eagle was his unit's crest, earned in sweat and blood. But to Hargrove it was a puzzle, a threat. "Answer me," Hargrove pressed, his hand grazing his holster. "It's from my service," Marcus said, voice low. "Marines. Why's it matter?" Hargrove's eyes narrowed, disbelieving. "Marines, huh? Likely story." He stepped closer, his breath hot on Marcus's neck. "We've had reports of gang activity. That ink looks like a marker to me." Marcus's gut churned. Gang. The word landed like a punch, twisting his sacrifice into something vile. He wanted to shout, to shove the truth in Hargrove's face, but he knew better. One wrong word, one spark of anger, and this could end with him in cuffs or worse. Carter shifted, breaking the silence. "Dan, maybe we should." "Stay out of it, rookie," Hargrove barked, eyes locked on Marcus. "You're gonna tell me about that gang, boy, or we're taking you in." The slur hit Marcus like a slap, but he held steady, his eyes burning into Hargrove's. His mind raced every news clip, every story of men like him caught in this trap, played on a loop. He saw his son, Jaden, waiting at home, his wife, Lena, glancing at the clock. He couldn't let this break him. Then, a new sound, tires on gravel. A battered pickup pulled up, its door creaking. Out stepped Clara Evans, a white woman in her 60s known in town for her diner and her fearless tongue. Her gray hair was pulled back, her apron still dusted with flour. She'd been driving home when she saw the lights. "What's going on here, Dan?" Clara called, her voice sharp but steady. Hargrove stiffened, caught off guard. "Just a stop, Clara. Go on now," he said, waving her off. But Clara didn't budge. She crossed her arms, eyes flicking to Marcus. "That's Marcus Tate, Lena's husband. He's been coming to my diner for years." "What's he done?" Hargrove's face reddened. This doesn't concern you. It does when I see you hassling a good man, Clara shot back. She stepped closer, peering at Marcus's arm. Her eyes widened. That's a Marine tattoo, Dan. My nephew had the same. You're really gonna stand there and call him a gangbanger? The air shifted. Carter looked down, shame flickering. Hargrove's jaw clenched, but Clara wasn't done. You know Marcus rebuilt half my diner after the flood? Didn't ask for a dime. Saved my business. You're barking up the wrong tree. Marcus's throat tightened. He hadn't expected this, Clara. A near stranger, stepping into the fire for him. Her words hung heavy, exposing Hargrove's bias raw and ugly. Hargrove hesitated, his hand dropping from his holster. He glanced at Carter, who nodded slightly, as if urging him to stand down. We'll run your ID, Hargrove muttered, retreating to the cruiser. Clara stayed, her presence a shield. You're okay, Marcus, she said softly. We see you. Minutes later, Hargrove returned, tossing Marcus's ID back. You're clean. Tail lights fine. Go. His voice was grudging, stripped of authority. Marcus nodded, sliding into his car. His hands shook now, anger and relief flooding through him. Clara met his eyes, a quiet nod of solidarity. As he drove off, Marcus glanced in the mirror, seeing Hargrove's cruiser shrink, Carter's head bowed, Clara standing tall. At home, Marcus hugged Jaden tighter than usual, Lena's eyes searching his. He didn't tell them the full weight of it, but he felt the sting of a world that saw his skin before his soul, and the spark of hope in Clara's stand. The tattoo, once a badge of pride, now carried a scar, but also a reminder. Truth could break through, even in the darkest moments. The next day, word of the stop spread. Clara's diner buzzed with talk, not just of Marcus, but of others. The unseen stories of prejudice woven into the town's fabric. Carter, shaken, began questioning his role, while Hargrove's silence spoke volumes. Marcus, though bruised, chose to speak at a community meeting, his voice steady, calling for understanding over division. What do you think? Where does justice lie when prejudice blinds? And who decides when to stand up?